Hello everybody. I believe you all are keeping fine. This is pandemic time. We should be safe at homes. So today we are going to learn for a topic that is physical quantities and measurement. In this video, we will deal with only one physical quantity in details. So let us start. Let us start with the physical quantity. What is a physical quantity? In general, around us, we can see many objects, right? Like this duster. The quantity around us which can be measured is known as a physical quantity. So in short, I can write what is a physical quantity? Any quantity that can be measured. This is known as a physical quantity. For example, if I have taken the example of the duster, what I can measure out from here? I can measure the length, I can measure the breadth, I can measure the height. So I can write the examples as length, right? I can measure the volume of any liquid. So volume is also an example of physical quantity. I can measure mass of any object with the help of either physical balance or electronic balance. So mass is also a physical quantity, right? Similarly, we can include one more quantity, area. So area is also a physical quantity. Likewise, I can write density. This is also a physical quantity. So let me just take a brief idea about all these things. Length, it is denoted by letter L. The SI unit of it is meter. Volume, it is denoted by letter B. The SI unit of it is meter cube, or we call it cubic meter. Next, for mass, we write M. The SI unit is kilogram. Similarly, for area, we write meter square, and the symbol is capital A. We write here meter square. Similarly, for density, the symbol is either capital D or rho. Rho is a Greek letter which is used to represent the density of any substance. The unit of it is kilogram per meter cube. In today's topic, we will discuss in detail about the density. So let us come to the point. Density of any substance is defined as mass per unit volume of that particular substance. So that this density includes two factors. The first factor is the mass of the substance. The second factor is the volume occupied by the substance. So what is mass? Mass is a quantity of matter contained in any object. For example, if we take this duster, the mass of this duster is the amount of atoms and molecules that it contains. This is known as mass, quantity of matter contained in an object. The mass of any object is measured using either a physical balance or an electronic balance in kilograms. Now, what is volume? Volume is the three-dimensional space occupied by any object. Three-dimension means in the space, right? This duster, first of all, it is a regular shape. The shape of this is cuboid. To find the volume, we will use the formula of cuboid. So this is clear about density. Now density can be found of two objects. First is regular object and second is irregular object. Before going to these two topics, regular and irregular, let us discuss if any object is having less mass and more volume, how the density will affect. Density is directly proportional to the mass of the substance. Greater the mass, greater the density. Density is inversely proportional to the volume of the substance. Less the volume, greater is the density. More the volume, less will be the density. So this is all about density. If we take general examples, some substances can have different volumes. For example, if we take example of some iron and cotton balls, let us take example of iron cotton ball having same mass. Now we are moving towards the 1 kilogram of cotton. Now we can see it is 1 kilogram, it is also 1 kilogram. That means quantity is same. It means the quantity that I have taken is same. What about volume? What about volume? See, in this iron, because it is rigid solid, the volume will be less, as it is a rigid solid. Particles are tightly packed. Cotton, on the other hand, is a kind of fluffy solid. So what happens? For getting 1 kg cotton, you need much space. Much space. That means here the volume was less, but here the volume will be more. So I believe it is clear, like substances with same mass can have different volumes. Vice versa is also true. If they have same volume, they can have different masses. So let us analyze this also. If we take the example of iron and wood, right? We are taking the volume of 10 meter cube of iron, and same volume we are taking here, 10 meter cube of wood, right? If the volume V1 and V2 of both the substances are same, now we will take both the substances, we will measure their mass using either a physical balance or an electronic balance. What we will observe? What we will get? We will observe that if the volume is same, it is not necessary the mass will be same, right? When you will observe it, you will find that the mass of iron will be greater than the mass of wood. So, different substances with same volume can have different masses. Moving back to the topic, regular and irregular solids. What are regular solids? What are irregular solids? Solid shapes that are defined by geometry, perfect shapes, perfect sizes, these are known as regular solids. For example, cube, cuboid, and we can take sphere and cylinder. These are having perfect shapes and these are called regular solids. Those who are not having perfect shapes, like rose, you can also take stone, right? You can take a pebble example, any other example that is not having perfect shape, perfect size, not defined by geometry. The shape which is not defined by geometry is called irregular shape, and a particular solid is known as irregular solid. Now we have to move towards finding out densities of regular solids and irregular solids. For finding out densities, we need two factors. What is the factor? Density, as I said, is equal to mass upon volume. The very first factor is mass, right? So mass is always found with the help of physical balance or electronic balance. Always mass. Second point that we have to deal with is volume. Volume, in case of, the first case is regular. In case of regular objects, we will find by using the formula. By using formula means mathematics formula, right? For example, cube, the volume is how much? Volume of cube is A cube, side cube. Volume of cuboid is LBH. Volume of sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Volume of cylinder is pi r square h. Similarly, if you want to go for the irregular shapes, for the irregular shapes, the volume will be found by displacement of liquid method. It is found by displacement of liquid method, right? Now I will tell you two examples to find out of regular also, to find out of irregular also. Let us move forward. To find out the regular, for example, I will take the example of a cuboid, right? If I am having a cuboid, if I am having a cuboid of length 2 meter, breadth 1 meter and height also 1 meter, right? The dimensions are given. I wanted to find out the density of it. So density, how I will find out? For finding density I need mass. If let us say the mass of this is given 2 kg, right? So how you will find the density? Density is equal to mass upon volume. How much is the mass? 2 kg. Divide by what is volume? Volume, this is cuboid, you will use N into B into H. This is 2 kg. Divide by 2 into 1 into 1. This is equal to 2 divided by 2. This is kilogram, this is meter cube. So the answer will, you will get 1 kilogram per meter cube. So this is what we have done for the regular solid, right? Mass is given in the question. If not given, if you have the solid, you can use a physical balance or electronic balance to measure the mass. Second was the volume. How you will find the volume? By the formula LBH, right? Because it is a regular solid, you will use the formula. If this is clear, now we will move towards the irregular shapes. Now example 2 we will deal with is irregular shapes. While dealing with irregular shapes, you need some irregular material. For example, you go out in some garden area, you have taken a pebble or a stone from there, right? You can take any irregular shape to use this. So example 2, we are dealing with irregular shapes. For example, you are having some stone, alright? So how you will find the mass of the stone? You are having a stone, alright? So mass of this will be found by either physical balance or electronic balance, right? In case of irregular shapes, stone. And how you will find the volume? Volume you will find by the method of displacement of liquid method. Displacement of liquid method. So now let us do a practical to understand this, right? Because the regular shapes, I think you would have done in mathematics also how to find volume, right? So these are easy ones. Let us do the practical case. Let us have the practical demonstration for finding out the density and the volume of irregular shapes. So I have taken 3 different bobs tied together with a thread, right? So because I cannot go out in my garden area, so I have taken the 3 bobs as an irregular shape, right? So first, for finding the density, as we have studied earlier, like we need to find out the mass. So mass will be found by either the physical balance or the electronic balance. So let me tell you how the physical balance works. When I open the doors of this physical balance, you can see 2 pans are here. One pan, pan number 2. In one of the 2 pans, we place the standard weights. For example, 500 gram, 1 kilogram, 2 kilogram, 5 kilogram as per your convenience. In the second pan, we place the weight to be measured. That is what we call measurement. The comparison of a known quantity to the unknown quantity of same kind. This is known as measurement, the process of measurement. Now, second we have is the electronic balance. How it works? Electronic balance, it is not digital. You need just to switch on the device. Alright, you put it on a platform, switch it on, and now you see the readings. First, let it come to 0. If the pointer has reached 0, right, it has reached 0, fine. Now you look again, if it has reached 0 because of I have handled it into my hand, so it got disturbed. Now look at the reading, it is exact 0, right? And in this what is written, maximum is 500 gram. That means it will measure the mass in grams, not in kilograms, right? So this was my irregular solid. I am placing it over here and I am getting the mass of it in grams. So what it is coming, it is exactly 80 grams. Is it visible? So please have a look that it is exactly 80 grams. Fine. So we have measured the mass of this irregular solid using a balance. Now the first task is over. Let's come to the second task, which is finding out the volume. So for finding out volume, we have different kind of apparatuses. The very first apparatus that I am presenting before you all are measuring beakers. These are known as measuring beakers. These are made of glass and they have different volume. For example, it is written here 100 ml. So the maximum quantity it can hold in it is 100 ml. Similarly, the capacity of this is 250 ml. The next instrument or the next apparatus that I have is measuring cylinder. What is the specialty of this measuring cylinder? It can measure to different content. For example, if you look here, it is having different readings. The highest reading is 100 ml. So the capacity of this measuring cylinder is 100 ml. It starts from the 0 level down, then it is 10 ml, 20, 30. So these are the graduations, or we simply call it markings, which tells us the level, right? Similarly, we have this thing for 250 ml. We have the same for 100 ml. Now it is your choice which one you want to use with. In today's experiment, I am going to use the middle one, 250, because if you see my regular solid, it is not dipping in this one. It goes comfortably inside this one, right? So I am going to use the 250 ml one, right? Okay. Now moving forward, I am having the third device to be shown to you. You were excited for, you asked in the class also, what is a Eureka can, right? This is something, a Eureka can. You can get this thing in metal also, in plastic also, and in glass also. What is the speciality of this? The speciality of this container is that it contains a fixed quantity of liquid. That means capacity is fixed. Like in measuring cylinder, you are having graduations, right? You can fix your liquid to any level. You can measure to any capacity. Here a fixed capacity is there. If you put excess liquid, so this opening is there. The excess liquid will drain out from here and this opening is known as spout. This is called spout. So let us begin with the volume part. Now what I will do, I will take the 250 ml measuring cylinder for this. What I will do, I will pour some water to my level of choice. If I want to fill it till, see look here, till 50, this is my choice, 70, my choice, 90, my choice. So it depends on you, to what level you want to fill the container. The level you fill the container with is called the initial volume. It is known as the initial volume. We denote it with the symbol V1. So let us fill it off. So I believe you all can see it is filling till 90, right? Is it 90? Let me look, it is 92. It is correctly 92. So if this is done, so what is the initial level? 92. Remember, the mass was 80 gram and the initial level V1 is 92. Let us dip the irregular solid in it. When we are dipping irregular solid in it, yeah, we have dipped. So now see, the level has risen. How much it has risen? It has now become 94. So did you remember? Mass was 80 gram, right? The initial level was 92, now it is 94. So let us take it out and let us do the solutions. So now let us do the calculation. We have seen the mass of that solid was how much? 80 grams. We have seen the initial level in the measuring cylinder was 92 ml. The final level was 94 ml. So now let us calculate the volume. So the volume of irregular solid will be V2 minus V1. That is final level minus the initial level. So let us subtract. You will get 94 minus 92 ml. You will get how much? 2 ml. Alright, we will get 2 centimeter cube. How? Because 1 centimeter cube is equal to 1 ml. Now the task is to find the density. Density is mass upon volume. So what is the density here? got your doubts clarified and waiting for the good response.